The first Indians to come to Canada were men of Punjabi Sikh origin. They came to fight a war between France and Britain. Since India was a British colony, Britain had a tendency of using some of its subjects to fight its wars, India inclusive, and Africa. In 1759, Britain defeated France and took over Canada through the Treaty of Paris. Remember, majority of the British soldiers during this war were Indians and Africans. Well, the war ended sooner than expected, and upon retiring from the army, some soldiers found their pensions to be inadequate, and some also found their land and estates back in India were being utilized by moneylenders, and some had even lost their properties that they left home. So as they trekked around Canada after the war to the west coast banks, they found it so beautiful. It was so tempting to walk out of Canada, which looked so virgin, like the Garden of Eden. On trying their fortune during their walk into different provinces they had visited, they joined the Chinese, people from Burma through Malaysia, the East Indies and Philippines, who were also trekking on the same journey. And that's how the first Indians settled in Canada. So it's been so many years ever since Indians came to Canada. They have built a community, started up businesses, and bought properties. I should remind you that back in the days, the western coast of Canada was sparsely populated. So the Canadian government gave these Indian soldiers permission to go and settle there. They promised them equal rights, no discrimination, and jobs. So when they went into Vancouver and British Columbia, they joined the Chinese in the construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway. They started up businesses and bought properties, worked in factories, and that's how they settled in Canada. So it is very unfortunate if someone tells a descendant of a person who has lived in Canada for 50 plus years to go back home.
We're not going home because we are home.
I do believe that if we work together, black, white, Indian or no Indian, Chinese, whoever is part of Canada, if we come together, we can build a concrete and solid economy that no one can penetrate. So for the love of Canada, let's come together. Let's stop blaming each other for whatever happens. Let's work together to build a nation that we all want to see. Peace.